Hello, welcome back. Bonjour, je m'appelle Ben. How you doing? Je m'appelle Dr. Ben GFM. Welcome back. Today we've got the Nations League semi-final and potentially, if we do well in this, a final to come in the next episode. So today's the Nations League. It's funny, isn't it? In real life, we're not talking about the Nations League. Nations League, have you heard about it? Nations League coming soon. Not long to go now. What? Nations League, have you heard of it? No, I haven't. Alright, good. Anyway, that's literally anyone you talk to about the Nations League, that is the response. Anyway, let's get into today's episode. It should be an absolute cracker. We're playing Spain. I shouldn't keep doing that. Welcome back then. This is the squad we have selected for the Nations League. We've got three goalkeepers: Lloris, Didlon, Zimmer. You won't know too much about them, so I will run you through sort of my starting 11 to refresh the memory a little bit on the players we've got for the Nations League semi-final. So Zimmer is our goalkeeper. Jean-Claude operates at right back. Regen from Real Madrid, very good footballer. I like him a lot. He's playing at right back. In the middle, we've got Umtiti and Laporte starting the first game. Umtiti, 29 years old, playing on the left side for us, and Laporte playing on the right hand side. Despite being left-footed, very capable and good defender. 29 years of age at PSG. So he's like, I don't know how, he's like the John Terry almost, but a little bit younger. On the left hand side, Raymond Francois. You've seen him for a few episodes. Very pacey, very agile, gets up and down. Actually, a player for Everton. Who knew? In central midfield, Paul Pogba, as you might expect, 30 now, but still an absolute titanic man in the middle for Juventus, playing in there with Emre Can, who, as I've mentioned before, has got French citizenship, joined PSG. Did you see how much money he was on there? 375 grand a week. Good grief, that's extortionate. Anyway, moving further forward, Kingsley Coman playing centrally through the middle. Another one from Juve gets on with Paul Pogba. Going to play straight through the middle for me. Athletic, technical, immensely pretty good too. 26 years of age. On the right hand side, Jeremy Boga usually plays in the centre, but I'm going to play him on the right because I think technically he's going to be out there. He's going to get up and down a little bit. Actually, it says here that he plays as an advanced playmaker. I think in the formation I'm currently set, he plays as a winger, but we are going to change it. So he plays as an advanced playmaker a little bit further on because the wing back in behind him can get forward on that side. Anthony Lagarde playing on this left hand side. Could play Griezmann, but I like Lagarde. I want to have a little bit more attacking threat than normal. So Lagarde, despite being right footed, can play on the left and is going to today. And of course, Jean Monnier starting up top from Parma. We know all about him. A very good footballer and a friend of mine and a friend of yours. So let's see how we get on then. Just have a little play with this, then we'll be straight back. Okay then, so there we have it. That's the team we're going to play. Just changed Boga and Pogba to an automatic central midfielder rather than a box-to-box. I think our chances stand us pretty well for this. We play Spain though in the semi-final, and the Spanish team, I'm going to run you through this as well. It's a little bit of a longer episode because I'm going to run you through the teams. You might notice that there's a few familiar faces in this team. We'll start with the man from Parma. Rubio plays for Spain, as you might expect, 25 caps. Also a couple of other familiar names. Ishmael, who we had on loan once, is also playing for the Spanish team, starts up front for them. And finally, there's one more name that I'm looking for. Sol Allegri, we had very briefly at Parma for a very short time in our opening year. Didn't even play him really. If you remember him, fantastic. If you don't, never mind. But yeah, Sol Allegri plays also as a striker. He was 6'4" as well. Terrifying. And of course, you can see there from the Spanish squad a few other names you might recognise. Adama Traoré recently at Villa. Koke still there. Sergio Roberto, a name you probably recognise. Azpilicueta's there as well. Samper, De Gea, amongst a few other names. So let's get straight into today's game. It's going to be a tight one. It's against Spain. I'm looking forward to it. Right then, hopefully all goes well as we kick off this titanic clash between us and Espanyol. And early doors, Monnier is running at them, and he's had a strike at goal. That's what I like to see. Early intentions. So this is a semi-final. You know, this is not it's not a major competition, I'll admit. But you know, I'm the French manager. We're in a competition. We want to win it, and we've got a lot of qualifiers coming up. So it'd be nice to go back into those qualifiers in high spirits. Pogba with a strike at goal. De Gea makes the save. Corner kick. Koeman put it in. Koeman. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce his name actually. Shan with the header. De Gea with the save. 60 minutes to go. An hour remaining. And half time as well. Timings in football blow your mind. They don't blow your mind. Saul plays it up to Ishmael, a man we've got to look out for. He could have been the hero of the series if we'd have signed him at some point, but no. And he's through on goal. He takes on the keeper. Well, he kind of goes past him quite easily, doesn't he? And pops it in. Ishmael, a player that I was very close to signing at one stage and never did, opens the scoring in this match. I think the French side we've got is pretty capable. This is not an ideal start, though. I say start, 40 minutes in, we're well underway. You can see here, it just that first touch takes him around Zimmer, sorry, and it's an easy finish. Anyway, as we go into half time, we may make a small change. Right, I'm going to bring Fofana on. I'm going to play Lagarde up top with Monier. Monier likes a strike partner. You will notice, by the way, that Chiron isn't in the squad. I didn't mention that beforehand. He's not in the squad because he's injured. He's injured for Parma. Cannot play in the tournament. Tried to call him up. They said no, he's going to be out for the whole time. So you know what, no harm done. But I feel like if he's here, we have a much better chance of doing well. Anyway, back into the game, and a goal. Well, that wasn't good. Fofana, though, makes his first contribution to the game with a tackle. Now Shan controlling in the middle now. Koeman still playing just ahead of a 3. Monier has got a strike partner, and Jean-Claude would give him more space to roam. Lagarde gets the goal. Monier flicks it on. Anthony Lagarde with the finish. We've put him up front. We've moved him from that left side, and he's repaid me in kind. You can see here that Monier, lovely link play, used to playing that ball obviously for Parma. Jean-Claude with the ball in. Monier with a little flicked header on. De Gea with the error, but Lagarde with the goal. And so far, in terms of shots and whatnot, we are dominating. Possession slightly in Spain's favour, as you'd probably expect if Spain's ideologies have remained the same since 2015. But Monier heads on, and is there going to be a chance? Rubio versus Monier. There it was, look. Oh my word. Allegri's come on now for Ismael, and this highlight's lasting quite a long while, which suggests something at some point will happen. Oh, that's not what I wanted it to be. Laporte is going to go, isn't he? It's going to be a red, and that... I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. It's one of those situations. Koeman's going to have to go off. Zuma's going to come on, and we're going to have to try and see out. I don't know what we're going to do. We've still got 2 up front. We're going to keep the 3 in the middle, but we're not going to be as creative, you might not think. You might not think. Is that confusing? Monier has picked up a bit of a knock as well, I think, for the late stages. Well, obviously, this is going to go to extra time. I'm going to bring Boulay on and take Monier off. I'm not going to risk Monier in case we make it through to the next stage. Boulay is going to come on, but a good player, so you know what, I'm expecting big things. Just realised Laporte will be suspended if you make it through. So, despite being down to 10 men, the game will continue. I'm going to say we've been unlucky so far, and they seem to like that a lot. Right, let's get back out there and get the win. I'm going to take it off attacking, knock it down to stand. I don't want to get too exposed at the back, but I do want our wing-backs to continue to push on because I think they're vital. I'm not sure I could handle a penalty shootout, so let's just see how this goes. Okay, at half-time of extra time, deadlock still. I'm not going to make any more changes. I'm going to keep it as we are. Hopefully we can find a late winner. We're doing very well to obviously not be losing at this point. Oh, as the ball's put in. Lagarde? No. But obviously we're going to be very, very tired going into a final if we were to be getting there. Lagarde puts it back in. Boulay and Lagarde working together. Lagarde, put it in the middle. Umtiti. It's not likely you're going to score from there, so hand it off into Shan. Fofana. Width is available. Jean-Claude, he's already assisted one, kind of. That ball, though, not as good at all. Traore's on now. Isco in the middle. We look well set up here. We've got 3 in the middle, 4 at the back. It's going to be tricky for them to break down. Sam put into Isco, and all of a sudden it doesn't look quite as secure. Allegri, if he can find a final ball, gives it to Traore, who runs inside. If he shoots a goal, we're going to be in trouble. Sampa passes him out, and it's been given offside. Deary me. Panic station. Okay, not long to go. A penalty shootout. I don't know how the French do in penalty shootouts. My only real memory is in like 1996 or 98. I think it was 1998, the World Cup, where Laurent Blanc kissed Fabien Barthez. That seems to ring a bell. Okay then. Penalty kicks it is, and we have to decide who we're going to have. So we're going to do it in like sort of logical order, I think. I don't know. See if this is where you want Monier on the pitch. He's not here though, is he? I think Jean-Claude's got to take one because he sounds good. He sounds French. I think that makes sense. We'll switch him in for Fofana around. Let's go then. Paul Pogba to step up first for France, and he. Oh my Jesus, wept. He's missed. It's a bad start. It's a bad start. Isco. And he scored that one. Do you know what? We'll change the camera angle. We'll put it on close. Here it is then. Jean-Claude for France. Good penalty. Solid. In fact, we'll slow it down just a tad so you can see you can actually see the ball. That'll be good. All right, Koke stepping up. Let's get rid of this as well. Oh, it's a good pen. It's a solid pen. It's disappointing. Boulay now. We've got a score. We can't afford to miss any of these. Down to 10. And then bottle the penalty shootout like nobody's business. Martinez stepping up. Oh, it's still going. It's still going. Lagarde has to score. My God, Allegri, former Parma man, to seal it for Spain. Look at De Gea. Look at him. Look at him there. Oh my God. So we're out, and that brings an end Unlucky boys. Penalty or a lottery. That's not true. They're not a lottery. It's entirely to do with skill. That's a shame. And we're out. What a disappointing... Well, I guess we've won a cup in the last episode yesterday, but... Spoilers. But yeah, not ideal. We would have gone on to face England as well. Oh, it's just so disappointing. Boys. So then, folks, that does bring us to the end of today's episode. It's been a disappointing tournament. Luckily for me, though, Parma have avoided a tax hit. Good grief. That's the best news I've had all tournament. Anyway, if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. If you've enjoyed the Parma drama series so far, a disappointing end in the international scene, but we've got some European Championship qualifiers to contend with, and next season there'll be an international tournament for us to play, which will be really exciting. So, from me, Dr. Benji, we love with care. Until next time, goodbye.